You're listening to the Electronic Media Collective Podcast Network. Yeah, it's a mouthful. For more great shows like the one you're about to enjoy, visit electronicmediacollective.com. And now, our feature presentation.
Let's see what we got here. What's this?
Right now, either in heaven or hell. Let me say that again. You have eternity in your heart. You're not just a piece of ectoplasm.
And you don't have to call me Charlie Cry.
I was around then.
Well, do you remember what it was like to see it?
Yes, it was. It was, you know.
You probably won't see this, but I figured I would try. You were a black hair older woman that was very attractive. I was following behind you in my car while you were pushing your cart through the parking lot.
And
Now he's guessing the song.
cheat sheets out.
Maven.
Marked Out Wrestling Podcast presents the best damn fan reaction show in the world. Roadie, Rob, Steve Awesome, and whoever the hell is with them. Let's do this.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. This is episode 37 of Smarkdown Wrestling Podcast. That means it is episode number 2 of our RAWESOME WWE Raw reaction show.
I think it's getting ready to catch up to my actual age soon.
What's that?
The episode numbers.
It might catch up to your age?
Yeah.
That's pretty
soon.
It's like you got a big lead on us, Stevie. Big lead on us. So, yeah, we got a really good show for you tonight as far as our show goes. Raw, I think, did not disappoint. Some stuff, maybe we'll talk about that we could have done better. Maybe stuff that, we'll figure it out. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about with some cool new segments because it is a new era. It's a new era for WWE. It's a new era for our podcast, as half our faction went to Smackdown for the Smarkdown show.
Smackdown.
And we are the new RAWESOME. So it is a new era. So we have some new fun things for you tonight. If you're a regular listener, if you're a new one, welcome. But before we jump into anything, I have to do it. I just have to.
Housekeeping?
I think you're sleeping.
Housekeeping?
Come back in an hour.
Here are your Marked Out Wrestling housekeeping notes. You can join us on our website at markedoutwrestling.com, on Twitter at SmartMarkShow, Facebook.com/markedout1, YouTube channel, Marked Out Wrestling Podcast, where we broadcast live every Monday following Raw. Our Google Plus page, Marked Out Wrestling Podcast, Instagram, Marked Out Wrestling, and our You Record Studios Smart Line, 704-444-0084.
Get connected.
Please go away. Let me sleep for the love of God.
Housekeeping, you want me to jerk you off?
What kind of hotel is this? The hell are...
Oh, it's you.
Can you dig it, sucker?
All right, we haven't done them in a few episodes. Here we go. Dirt Sheets. It is a new era of our Marked Out Wrestling Podcast. That means it is a new era for everything we do. I am no longer in charge of Dirt Sheets. Here we go. Stone Age. Steve Awesome taking the reins here. Go ahead, buddy.
Well, just a couple of things to point out to you guys when I was looking up everything today. The WWE, I don't know if you guys have heard this, they're looking for fans to curate the network by voting on the best SummerSlam moments. We'll get back into that too. Another point I was going to talk about is Jinder Mahal showed up tonight, but then Rosa Mendez is another one that they've teased that could be signed soon.
Did she just have a baby?
Yeah.
And also Brian Kurt Hawkins Myers may be going to SmackDown, so that's somebody to look out for.
Okay.
Brennan Williams, the former NFL player, was drafted by the Texans not too long ago. He also played for Carolina basketball, I believe. He's 6'7" and big guy.
I can hear myself.
He's got a strange gimmick where he paints himself as a Shogun. I think they're going to push him pretty hard in NXT, so he's somebody to look out for as well.
Now I can hear myself.
Otherwise, okay, the best SummerSlam moments, though, the ones they gave you a choice to vote for, I thought was curious, is I thought there's so many more moments that are a lot better than that. Maybe you guys can chime in. The first one, they had, they misprinted it, said Triple H versus Matt Hardy, 2005. It was actually Edge, was one of the better ones they had listed.
They misprinted with
They had Triple H versus, Matt Hardy.
Matt Hardy, but it was actually Edge.
Right. And then Triple H versus Shawn Michaels in 2002 was one. I agree with that one. Stone Cold versus Taker in 98. That's got to be up there probably too. But then you got Stephanie versus Brie in 2014.
Really?
Ric Flair versus Mick Foley 2006. And
Stephanie versus Brie was a decent
yeah,
girl match. I remember.
In the custody of Dominic, the Rey Mysterio versus Eddie Guerrero was I watched that one. It was kind of painful to watch.
Yeah.
And then what was the other one? Team WWE versus Team Nexus in 2010 was one of the choices.
Wow.
And then Ultimate Warrior versus Ravishing Rick Rude in
91?
92. So I thought there were some better matches they could have.
Sure.
First
better SummerSlams.
Off the top of my head, right away comes to mind. It was when CM Punk beat Cena at
yeah.
SummerSlam in Chicago. That should be up at the top, but obviously they're not going to recognize that because it's CM Punk.
Anyway, so you can vote for it. It'll be on the network. Hopefully they can give you better choices, at least to write in, because I would pick tables, ladders, and chairs. That SummerSlam was good too.
What else you got? You got anything else, bud?
I think I covered it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have one. I'm just going to throw one dirt sheet in there. First off, hey, everybody say, what's up, Joker?
Hey, Joker.
Joker's
Glad
back.
to have you back.
Joker, you got to get over top of that microphone like it's your boyfriend, Medine. You got to get over top of it.
Why aren't you laughing?
See, that's why you couldn't hear yourself, because you weren't in the fucking microphone.
No, because the thing wasn't turned up. I had to turn it up myself.
No, I mean, I couldn't hear you either.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it wasn't you. Anyway, technical talk later.
Here I am.
This is not really a dirt sheet as much as an advisory, if you will. If you haven't yet seen the video of Paul Heyman, and I'm not sure how old that video is. You sent it to me, Medine. That video of Paul Heyman talking about the streak, putting some doubts in your mind as far as what happened that night at WrestleMania, saying, you think you know what happened. We know what we've told you, but only 3 people actually know. Only 4 people actually know what happened in there. And what if Brock went in there expecting to lose and said, you know what? I'm gonna win. And nobody's going to take that from me. Nobody can't fire me.
What are you going to do? You can't write him out the storyline after that.
Taker's, 20,000 years old. He can't beat me. He can't stop me. So it's
a valid point, Rob. I was there that night. Everyone was in shock. It was.
But do you think there'd be more uproar about it?
But honestly,
with Taker,
throughout the whole match, I remember watching Taker look sluggish. There may have been a moment early in the match where he took a bump, and like Paul Heyman said in that video, or it was insinuated that Brock Lesnar at some point would just drop him on his head, and know that he would get dazed or worse, and just take advantage.
Right. Brennan Bread. Hey, bud, we do have a fan line. We'll pick it up randomly. Fuck it. We're not like doing anything like really official here.
Call right in if you want.
So the fan line 704-444-0084. If you want to jump on, man. I only got one line. I'm not like those big timer 28,000.
We got
people
some topics
watching.
we'll talk about. You want to chime in? Please.
Yeah, jump in here, fucking. Shit like that. So if you want to call in, bud, help yourself. If you hear the song, what's it?
Everybody heard about the bird?
Yeah, that means somebody's calling. Steve, can you kill the fan by the door, please, sir?
Yeah.
So like I said, a lot of things real quick. So we're going to jump in this real quick.
Recap is brought to you by Marked Out Wrestling's Tuesday Night Smarkdown. Available on iTunes and Podbean on Wednesdays. Streaming live Tuesdays after Smackdown Live.
That's right. Our brothers in crime, the other half of the Marked Out Wrestling podcast, they're doing the Smarkdown Live show. Smarkdown Live show Tuesday nights to cover Smackdown Live. So we're doing a little brand split. We'll get back together at SummerSlam. So real quick, I just want to talk about a couple things that they may have... Yeah, chat's cool too, man. We love chat. Oh, you want to hear my voice? Oh, thank you, Joker. I appreciate it. Joker. You the man. So I want to cover a couple points on SmackDown. We're not going to go through the stuff that they talked about on their show.
I didn't watch it.
Well, and you didn't miss much. But I don't want to talk about the points they talked about because, frankly, our shit's better. But a couple cool things that they did do are critiques I may have. We'll start with they got a brand-specific pay-per-view now. What is it, Steve?
It was Backlash, I believe he announced. Yeah, that's the only one I know of. And so what does that mean for the rest of
Backlash is coming
each
back.
brand? Yeah.
Yeah.
There's going to be the big four, like we've always talked about. And
I remember those days.
Brand specific.
Backlash used to be after WrestleMania.
Right. So they're going to go brand specific for. So I'm assuming Raw is going to do the same thing.
They have to.
Obviously.
Maybe more on the network than
I like the
normal,
nostalgia,
that kind
bringing
of thing.
back some of the old ones.
Yeah, it's good. It's good stuff.
But not all of them. Make some new ones, but make them good.
So then a couple of critiques here. I gotta say, Daniel Bryan during the opening of the show brought all the superstars in there. They announced his battle royal for the #1 contendership. All this crazy shit, trying to bite off a Raw style.
Him and Shane,
and then at the end of it, Daniel Bryan jumps into the yes chant. Now he's wearing jeans and some fucking loafers and like a collared button-up shirt and shit.
Very preppy.
Very preppy and cleaned up. And I just gotta say, he starts doing the yes chant. I'm like, you know what? I'm thinking to myself, fucking stop.
Yeah, it doesn't work
fucking
now.
Stop with the yes chant, right?
It's too much.
It is. You were supposed to be the position of power now. Your corny little, I'm going to fight my way to the fucking top. I'm the little munchkin guy. It's done.
You don't see Mick come out with Sacco, on GM for Raw.
Yeah, your chant's not going anywhere. It's like the what chant. It's not. It's going to be here for a long fucking time.
They're still going to do it.
We don't need to hear it anymore.
I still think that he's going to go heel. And that's part of this shit.
Well, I hope you're right.
I hope you're right. Then I won't have to see that stupid ass fucking him jacking his arms up and down. Like,
problem is the crowd will start chanting, no.
I'd like to see Shane turn heel on him, maybe.
Yeah. So fan pandering was my other one. Fan pandering on Smackdown Live was at 11. I mean, the heel was almost non-existent. I mean, they had heels obviously, but as far as the GM Shane and Daniel, dude,
cheap pops,
man. Well, cheap pops and just sucking the crowd's dick.
Yeah, well, Mick was doing that for our show tonight too, but
Miz.
Oh man, Miz.
Of the night was
I'm trying to remember. Baron Corbin was put up on a pedestal, but the fans boo him because they don't like him, not because he sucks. Well,
it's working.
Yeah. He's not getting heel boos. But I guess so. I guess that might have been. I mean, it was such a almost Fruity Pebble show, and our correspondent from Tennessee said it, or Memphis. Same thing. Said it correct. He said SmackDown is the we don't know what to do with you roster.
Right.
It's exactly what the fuck they are.
That's why I seen those botches last week.
I honestly think they're the old Raw,
ring.
but not the old Raw that we remember from
Right.
back in the day. It's more the more older, recent Raw.
Sure.
That we didn't like.
Right.
That's what
people
SmackDown
like that.
is.
Yeah.
They had to do that.
Right. Brennan, I'm going to jump on that in just a minute, bud. So Botchamania Live was my next point about SmackDown. During the Royal, or not the Royal Rumble, but the Rumble they had, and a couple other matches, it just seemed sloppy. There were botches everywhere. Zack Ryder. Whoa. So they got to rein that shit in.
Yeah,
so
he was at mistiming pretty bad,
Right.
coming off the top rope.
And the big news is that Shelton Benjamin is coming back to SmackDown, right?
That's great.
That
I
is
love Shelton Benjamin.
Now, if I may go into my Vince McMahon racist card,
Absolutely.
You know who they're going to wrestle. Yeah,
you know who he's going to put him
with.
against. You know who he's going to put him against. He's going to make the black boys fight each other. He's going to put Apollo Crews on Shelton Benjamin.
No.
You know it. You know it.
I hope you're wrong.
I really hope you're
Come
wrong.
on, man.
Shelton, they're both athletic as shit. They're both similar.
I don't want to see that, and I don't want to see them.
Exactly.
They don't have to team necessarily either. They just, they can or they can't, but don't put them up against one another right away.
So, but before we jump into our next segment, which is our extra big ass topics, as we always do, real quick, Brendan had a question here, a few questions, but I'll go with this one. What do you think of the addition of jobbers on Raw? I personally think it's good. Seemed like someone was getting buried a few times a month in recent times.
Yes, last week I thought it was kind of weird. But now I'm digging it. I see what they're doing with Nia and Braun, and I hope they keep riding it.
Yeah.
You know?
I think it's a perfect use, like we talked about last week. Strowman and Nia are supposed to be the brutes of the division. You can't have them manhandling the actual talent.
Right.
Why not job them out?
Yeah.
And you're right. The injuries have been so over fucking board for the past year, 2 years. You got to start realizing you're working the shit. And I know we have two brands now, but you're still working the shit out of your talent. Week in, week out.
Yeah, there's 3 or 4 dark shows according.
So would you do it for the $1,000?
I'd do it for $1,000. Hell yeah.
Braun Strowman told me
I know how to take a bump. I know how to sell a move. I'd do it. Shit. Well, I'm old. I might hurt myself.
You might break something.
Probably.
Braun Strowman's a large man.
Yes.
Right. Joker, SmackDown was a letdown, but then again, I felt the same about Raw tonight on Raw. But then again, Raw raised the bar very high last week. Good point. I disagree with you about this week.
Tonight was pretty good. I
Right.
thought.
We're gonna go through all. We're gonna go through all the details.
I don't know why
Joker.
we're not playing it in the background right now. By the way,
because I'm not getting up to do that. But we're going to go into all that, Joker. I somewhat disagree with you, but I somewhat do agree with you. Brennan, one more from Brennan, and we'll move on. Shelton Benjamin is the most underrated in-ring technician in wrestling, period. Haven't been as excited as an addition in ages. Proven top-level performer. Absolutely.
I agree.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
100%.
Right.
No disagreement here.
And
I have to agree, too.
One of the biggest fuckover stories in WWE history. I mean, Triple H put him over how many times, right? After he showed his ass in those gimmick matches, after he had the crowd on his side, and then they buried him with stupid fucking the mama gimmick and all that shit.
Oh my God.
Fucking buried him with that
I forgot
shit.
about that.
I mean, the guy was on the rise. Kind of like they do with Cesaro or whatnot. They get him going, and then they just fucking
Kind of
squash
like what they
him.
do with Bray Wyatt or something like that. Yeah.
Right,
Similar.
so we'll see.
Extra big ass topics.
And as we usually do about this time, we're going to do our extra big-ass topics for the evening. We got five big-ass topics, and we'll run through them now, and then we'll go back and talk about them. Topic number one, we're going to be mixing it up with our mixed gender tag team. Haven't seen that in a little bit. We got number two is going to be Roman paying his due. Roman is paying his due. Number three, take a left at Suplex City and get to Viperville. Clone Wars is number four. And we're going to do some early predictions and some conversation on the slowly forming SummerSlam card as far as Raw and some SmackDown matches as well as concerned. So let's hit this button so I can hit this button. All right, number one. We're going to be mixing it up here. So we saw the opening segment, and Medine, poor Medine,
not see it.
He came late, so he missed this. And
You missed Stephanie?
I got to say, so the boss comes out. I'm going to set the stage for you real quick, then we'll talk about it.
Okay.
Boss comes out, right?
right.
She starts to cut her emotional promo, which you know she's going to because everybody's behind her.
She's beautiful and everybody loves her.
She was getting choked up and stumbling a little bit, but it was still good.
It's okay, though.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, obviously, Charlotte comes out. Charlotte gets involved.
Woo!
Charlotte does her little kind of half-ass promo, which she's not really that great at it.
Yeah, it's okay.
Kind of like Big Cass.
I like her as a heel.
And then Jericho comes out and interrupts the segment and basically tells you,
Shut up, Charlotte. I'm talking.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up. Quiet.
That was it. Quiet. Yeah.
Okay.
So he comes in, and at first we were thinking, which we probably were right, is that Charlotte has been so fucking brutal at her promos lately that they were like, you know what?
She needs help.
Who can we send out there?
They brought Kevin Owens out to stand at the announcer's table in the back and just to add commentary during the match after that.
Oh, and he put the tie on.
Yeah.
Oh, he was great. It was great. He's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
So, I mean, that
on
just
the,
had
on the
all these
table.
other people carrying her promo for her.
So then we got the three in the ring, right? So now we got Enzo. Enzo comes in by himself, no Big Cass. Enzo starts hitting on fucking Sasha. It's getting kind of awkward, but kind of cool, right?
Yeah, I liked it.
It looked like two guys, a guy and a girl at a bar doing their thing.
All right.
And then of course Jericho interrupts, and then and it turns into a mixed gender match. Long story short, right?
We were almost thinking, no, shades of Attitude Era when they actually having the females getting thrown around.
I was hoping the females were going to be taking on the men.
Yeah. You knew that wasn't going to happen.
No, I knew.
Nah, I'm not sure. I've seen that in indie wrestling and in smaller divisions where they do have mixed, but I don't.
Dude,
I can't watch it.
You have to go back and watch it when we're done because I'm telling you, Enzo, Joker on the fucking money, man. Enzo was fucking
phenomenal. Yeah, that whole everybody really did a good job. Promo-wise,
even Jericho was on his game,
yeah.
right? And Sasha was playing in the Enzo, and Charlotte was, I guess, kind of playing in the Jericho. Whatever.
She was sitting back
right.
on.
It's a good one. It's funny.
Gotcha.
She needs to get on a fucking treadmill.
Who are you the boss of?
Right. So it was a good promo segment altogether.
Yeah, it was a
Mick
long
Foley
one.
comes out, and it was a good match too. So is this the end of this little mix thing? Was this a one time? Here's some candy for you, and then we're gonna move on with it.
I hope so, but that was a great snack.
Yeah,
That's what they're giving us.
But also what stuck out to me,
different.
Enzo by himself. Is that foreshadowing?
Yes. Absolutely.
Well, I mean,
Cass came out later.
We've already talked about
Cass got his moment when he was hurt. So
didn't Cass come out and help him out later, like during that?
He did come back and help out. So I don't know if it's quite.
Brendan, we're way ahead of you, bud. Way ahead of you. So anywho, So Enzo, if he does come out, if he does go on his own, now granted he was in a tag match tonight, quote unquote tag match, but he held his own.
Of course he did.
And I will be more than happy to stand corrected Because I said without Cass, Enzo's, he's just a talk piece, right?
He needs to be part of a tag team.
I disagreed.
Or something like that.
I remember we brought the point up as Kaz was Diesel and Enzo was Shawn Michaels.
Right.
And not saying that we're comparing those tag teams, but just in their stature, let's just say.
Right.
And they ended up sustaining their own characters. Those two guys did. They weren't in the same. They weren't packaged together.
Just cut separate promos. Have love interests and go off on.
These guys are a tag team. Shawn was the star and Diesel was the bodyguard, so it was a little different dynamic. But big guy, small guy, they both had their own personalities,
right?
Just like those two did. And the possibilities could be endless for these two.
Yeah,
they really could. They're good in ring workers.
Is it me? I know they were probably. I know it was just a great fucking great work. But it did look to be like Sasha was getting just a little bit moist. Like she was looking at him like,
she
sold it.
Charlotte was having to hold back laughter too.
I know. Well, Charlotte was holding some fucking heavy laughs.
Yeah.
But it just
the Bon Jovi reference.
It looked like for a minute Sasha looked at him with those kind of fuck me eyes when you see a girl in the bar.
Who knows? They might be
throwing a really good game at her.
Maybe.
And she's just like, you know what? After this segment,
why not?
I might just take you behind the forklift in the back.
Hey, good job.
And then show you what legit boss does.
How you doing?
Yeah, Cass needs Enzo. Cass without Enzo is just another giant with a basic move set. I don't disagree.
True.
It's true, but
that's true.
I mean, look. I love Taker, but Taker's moveset is Taker's moveset, right?
He's got a few more than just a couple moves.
Right. So you put Cass in there.
He's got some time.
He can learn.
He's
more.
young, right? He's young.
That's the thing.
Oh yeah.
I mean, cause look, when Taker was Mark Calloway, was it? And
when he first came out as Mark Calloway
in WCW, and he's doing the Twin Towers with skyscrapers, whatever it was.
Skyscrapers.
I mean, he had a limited moveset then, so he developed.
But he went on his own and became
right.
I think he was just Mark Calloway. He was using
that might be the plan altogether.
His,
just let him get groomed.
Mean
Let
Mark
Enzo
Callis,
ride it for a while. And
Mean Mark Callis.
But he never really
materialized anything.
Yeah.
So
and then that's when he came on the scene as Kane.
Maybe that's the plan. Like Enzo's just there to groom him while he's developing, and then once Vince is ready to, because I know how he likes those kind of guys.
I mean,
right.
It's inevitable that most tag teams break up.
Yeah, Vince has a hard on for anybody over 6'7".
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. 2. All right, so number 2, topic number 2, Roman paying his due. Oh, I wish I had some fucking music to celebrate with. I wish I had some fucking music. So Rusev gets interrupted by Roman for the U.S. belt.
And I'm loving it. The only thing I wrote down for this was like finally sinking to the mid card where he belongs right now.
I said it out loud too.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry. I was distracted. Brendan,
right back land.
Brendan said he's done. I don't know what that. Done with the sandwich, hopefully.
That's where he should be.
Yeah. So yes, Roman, you non-wrestling, non-promo having motherfucker, throw your ass down to the lower mid card and earn your way to the back.
Damn right.
Or back to the top. And I'm not talking.
U.S. title is fine.
Yeah, and I'm not talking.
Go right ahead.
I'm not talking earn it by being put over in matches. I mean, you need to earn it with the fans. And we're not mad at you because you popped. We're mad at you because you suck. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Joker, I know you love him. I know.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
I know,
sorry,
man.
Joker.
Poor Roman, laugh out loud. God against. I know
you can come back about Kevin Owens, so,
Yeah, I get it, man. Tonight, it was so. I wasn't excited about the possibility of this feud. I was excited that Roman has been demoted. And it was
as well he should have been.
You could see Vince. You're gonna work your way back up.
I didn't notice. Did he still get the boos, or did people actually cheer? It's like, yeah, because we kind of like that.
No.
Well, they
cheer just because he's down there.
He's still going to be a face because he's going up against Rusev. Nobody likes Rusev.
Of course.
It's not. They're not chanting "We want Lana" like they were a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I mean, look, who are they going to get? What hero are they going to get to make people actually love Roman again? If you got Hogan right after the video came out, then maybe you might get some cheers for Roman.
Not that low.
Well, I mean, that's true. No, Hogan, I'm with you, but I'm not with you, but you didn't deserve all that. Yeah.
3.
All right. Not a lot of time on Roman because fuck Roman.
Yeah, that's all you need.
I understand making him run back. Yeah, Joker. So we agree there, Joker. You like him. I love you, hey, Joker. We're still cool, but
exactly.
just not feeling you.
You're allowed to like whoever you want to like.
Right, exactly.
Thank you for listening.
Yep. Number 3, take a left at Suplex City and get your ass RKO'd out of nowhere in Viperville.
I was so glad that happened.
Hey, everybody, I marked the fuck out.
Everybody thought he was on another roster.
I was fucking doing taunt poses and shit.
Oh, yeah, he did. He jumped up and down.
We're sitting there watching.
I'm still hyped about it. Randy Orton's one of my guys.
So if you ever watch the NBA All-Star game and they do the fucking the slam dunk contest, right? And you see like all the other stars that aren't in it or the legends are all sitting, kind of courtside watching. And then some dude hits like a sick dunk. Well, nowadays it's kind of every dunk, but he hit a sick dunk, and then everybody jumps out of the seat, throwing their shit, and then it's like, oh,
that was Medine.
Yeah, oh yeah. Medine, when he hit that RKO out of nowhere, Medine's pin went across the room, clipboard went high in the air, his body went higher than the clipboard. I was like, God damn, dude, calm down just a little bit.
He went like 10 cards holding up and
right. But no, I wasn't mad at you because that was
no, you were excited.
Yeah,
I was definitely bad.
I was excited too. Because I was expecting him to
I was
come
hoping that would happen.
I was hoping it was happening too. I just didn't think that they had the balls to pull it off.
I didn't think they'd do it like that. I thought he'd come out of Gorilla. They'd have a little face-to-face promo time, a little battle it up. And then
I thought they at least cut the music on, but no.
Yeah. No, just RK out of motherfucking nowhere.
That was what the shirt's all about, man. He was forced
that's
out
his
of
whole
hashtag out of nowhere.
I mean, and they've been
we
doing
should have
that.
saw that coming.
I've got the sticker. I've got a shirt that has a no ad.
I don't want to give anything away.
Those shirts are going to be selling hot now, right?
Yes,
right.
Might be sold out.
Oh, I want one. I want one now.
For sure.
I'm not going to give anything away, but I'll just say that my top award for the night when we get there was going to go to Paul Heyman.
Oh,
until
I had it written down and I scratched it out.
Until that shit
happened.
Actually,
you know what?
There were so many MVP choices.
He was good, but I don't know. Not that I'm saying I'm not getting tired of Paul. I'm not saying I'm getting tired of Paul. But it was just the crowd didn't have the. I guess the crowd didn't participate enough to make me care that he was back.
Crowd,
I knew he was back because he had leaked it on Twitter like 6 hours before the show.
Right.
But I don't know. Atlanta. Even when Randy came in and RKO'd it, it was like the crowd finally popped. They finally popped.
When we went to Survivor Series, it was a lame-ass crowd, too. Even for a pay-per-view, right?
Yeah. ISIS, which we were under threat from ISIS. I don't know if everybody remembers
that was the Survivor Series at Thanksgiving time.
We had soldiers outside with M16s at that pay-per-view.
People are like wearing shirts like "fuck ISIS" and all.
Seriously, Vivian's Lillian sang "Star Spangled Banner," didn't she?
She always does.
Yeah.
But point being is Atlanta crowd is always kind of wishy-washy when it comes to good marks. It's
sorry, Atlanta.
But Joker,
so if you're listening, we love you.
Yeah, I realized that at the end, Joker, that once he went up back through the rafters and Mick and Steph came out, that he's a SmackDown guy. They're not going to give him the time. I didn't know if they would open the doors for him. Or if it would be you stay the fuck out of our brand, we'll stay the fuck out of your brand.
No, it's all the one.
I think it was
umbrella,
kind of implied already that's how it was supposed to be.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think they really had to establish
part
that.
Of the work.
But the fact that Randy just came on the show, and then Stephanie and Mick came out towards the end as they're going to fade out,
right?
With Randy up in the crowd posing, that was what made it like.
I tell you what,
it felt like Stone Cold coming like doing doing something like
I tell you what,
to antagonize.
If their job was to sell that match tonight to me, they sold me the match
for sure.
Because I wasn't like
that was the intent.
I was looking forward to it.
So was I, but I wasn't even
excited about.
Those are my guys too. Those are two of my top 10s for sure. Randy a top 5, and I was not until tonight was ready to see this.
Yeah, now I'm fucking excited.
I'll be there live, guys.
Steve's so excited.
The other SummerSlam match I want to see too. Of course, we'll talk about that later.
We'll talk about it in a minute. Don't get ahead of us.
RKO.
Before I hit 4, just real quick, Brennan, real quick. Superman Punch. All right, Joker says, are they gonna make the U.S. Championship mean anything again? They have to. It's their mid-card belt. That's their mid-card. That's
right.
what I
So
see.
now if Roman gets it, then they're meaning that Roman is at least a mid-card top guy.
Mid-card top
where
guy.
he should be.
Well, he should be a mid-card low guy.
He might hold it for just a little while then and lose
Right.
it again.
Brendan, the Superman Punch as a finisher is the 2016 equivalent of the leg drop. Yeah, fuck that fucking
Nah.
Oh, the leg drop was historic though.
Exactly.
And it was an ending
for
piece
that
to a
time.
sequence.
The whole
Exactly.
sequence.
It was an ending piece to the whole sequence.
Yeah,
For
Hogan's
its time, it was.
Hogan's finisher wasn't
gold.
the leg drop; it was the whole Hulk out.
It's kind of like the
to
people's
leg drop.
elbow.
Hulk out,
The same kind of setup.
the 3 punches,
But yeah,
the
you're
Irish whip, the boot.
And let's see. Brennan also says, dude just beat up Mark Hunt. If you're not sold on Brock, there's something wrong. He just beat a high-level UFC fighter after 3.
No doubt.
Well, yeah, no doubt. I mean, look, we don't question Brock's actual physical ability.
I just
but as far as he's juicing
though.
As far as World Wrestling Entertainment goes, storylines, smart Mark type of knowledge. that's where we can challenge his character.
There's no variation in what he is.
Right.
He's going to be that Brock Lesnar character, and there's nobody else.
Right, but they're also really selling the RKO really high. They're putting it up there as a really high top finisher.
Stone Cold Stunner,
yes,
RKO.
up in that.
It's up in that.
And it is. Over the years, it is. I mean, if you watch the Vines and the memes, it has
I said the internet
millions
put it
of
there.
hits.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because the shit's
couple years
funny.
ago. It is.
Vintage Jordan.
The fucking boat video where they hit the big wave and he's just out there jacking it all.
It's hilarious. You gotta admit.
It's fucking
You see
great.
those videos is great.
4.
All right, number 4, the Clone Wars. So we just a real quick, and we'll talk more about it when we do our little early predictions. But we had a little promo tonight with Rollins and Finn. And honestly, I'm a big fan of both, and I have no idea.
It's so hard. It's like pick and choose.
Right. I can do a prediction as far as who I think might win as far as the storyline goes. Even then, I don't know and I don't know who I actually want to win this one. It's just RKO did save it for a lot of people. Joke. I'm with you.
So, which storyline would be better if, say, Seth wins versus Finn? I mean, Seth is a lot of other firsts. Maybe you can just use that as far as resume or.
Well, okay, let's look at it this way. So, if Seth wins, who on the roster has he not gone through yet? There's the question. Who has he not gone through yet? Because he did that whole year where he ran through fucking everybody.
Sheamus, all kinds of people.
Sheamus, Sting.
Sting, yep. Even Triple H. Well, no,
he
Triple
didn't.
H. Not him.
Dean, fucking Roman. I mean, he Brock. If you want to put it, if you want to
part of that. Cena.
Yeah.
Randy.
Randy.
Cena.
So I mean, who's left on the Raw roster? And I agree, it would set back the era. I like him as a heel champion. I think he's a good heel champion, and I like Finn overall. But I don't know if Finn is ready to carry the torch. Right?
That's the only thing I'm thinking.
I mean,
he won't win.
So
They
soon.
do. Obviously, they do.
I hope I'm
It is
wrong.
very soon. You're right. And
I don't know if I can't
work.
be upset either way.
I don't know that Finn has the pop yet from the mainstream crowd. That's the problem.
Yeah.
we know what Finn
we
can
saw
do.
it tonight. The Atlanta crowd. I mean,
Right.
when everybody's
They were
supposed to be raising their arms like they did in NXT, they still half the crowd.
It was still like 40, 60%.
Didn't you watch last week?
Yeah,
Pittsburgh, come on.
You guys should have caught on to this shit by now. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure when he ends up in Brooklyn or he ends up in Chicago, in a Chicago Raw.
Right, those are different.
Those towns are gonna pop. Anything in Florida, they're gonna pop.
Like the Budios type pop.
Right, but I did notice that when they did the arm raise in the entrance, and I was like, what
second
the
week
fuck,
now.
man?
Yeah.
Come on, Atlanta. Look, professional wrestling is just as much about the storylines in the wrestling as it is the pageantry, right?
Yeah.
And like I go to the show, I throw my fucking arms up in a minute. I love the chance. I love to get the fuck into
it's
it.
Fun.
And I'm looking at these people watching this match like, are you watching this simply for the physicalities of it? Because this is part of the fun. This is part of the
You're gonna be part of the experience.
Yeah, you pay fucking $80. I want to fucking experience the whole goddamn thing, right?
Yeah.
So I don't get it.
Different strokes, different folks.
Medine, you just sit back.
Unfortunately, I'm sorry.
5.
All right, number 5. So we'll get to Dean and Finn in a little bit, or Seth and Finn. Sorry. So we'll get it here. Actually, we'll do SummerSlam. So what we're gonna do, and we don't know the whole card for SummerSlam.
We kind of not have an idea of some pre-show matches already. But
Yeah, so we have a couple guaranteed matches, and we got a few.
Let's talk about those.
Well, we got a few that I think might happen. So what we're going to do is we're going to do some early predictions, and we're going to redo these predictions every week until SummerSlam and see if our mind changes with the direction of the storyline and how it goes. So just kind of
these aren't set in stone.
Right, we're going to follow kind of our path.
Mock draft or mock pick kind of thing.
Exactly right. So we're going to start here. We'll go around the table. Start with Steve. Awesome. If you guys want to throw your picks in there on the chat board, man, we'd love to hear you. See what you got to say about it. So we're going to start with let's start with the ones that we know. Okay, the ones that we know. So we know Ziggler and Ambrose, and I know we're not on SmackDown, so we don't have the storyline details.
I'm not gonna talk about it.
But we're gonna give a pick. Just give a pick. All you do is you just gotta fucking pick one, Medine. We're not gonna play this, Medine, where you just refuse to answer shit. We're not doing it.
If it has to do with Smarkdown, I don't want to talk about it.
Come on, it's part of the show.
It's not about Randy
They're
Orton.
gonna pick.
Except for Randy
They're
Orton.
gonna pick our matches. We gotta pick their matches too. All right, so we're gonna start with Ziggler and Ambrose, and we'll start with Stevie.
I'm going with Ambrose at this point in time. I mean, I like the pop that Ziggler's getting, but it's just too soon to let him, like, Ambrose lose the belt.
Yeah.
I agree. Next question.
I just want to say you had a text today and you said something very, very smart about that.
Did I?
You did. You said
remember?
Ziggler should have got the push after 2014 Survivor Series. That's when he should have got his push.
It's true.
And now they're trying to throw him back up in everybody's face.
We forgot our
like,
bad.
What?
But now you're just buried in the storyline. Like,
It just feels like Jeff Jarrett at the end of WCW. Like, who fucking cares anymore?
Right.
Let it fucking go. So, who'd you pick? I'm sorry.
I have to go with Ambrose as well. I think you keep him as champion.
Yeah.
He's your guy on SmackDown. He's the top face.
maybe it's the next big.
I don't know.
brand
I honestly see Ambrose
pay-per-view.
being champ for a little while after that. But yeah, as far as that match goes, hopefully it's a good match.
Right.
You know,
Oh yeah,
All right.
should be.
I'm lost on this one, but gonna say Ambrose. He's gonna be the face of SmackDown. That's from Joker. Joker. They don't have anyone to carry the torch.
Not really.
Yeah, I agree. I think that who will take it? It's a whole bunch of
Not Cena again. No, please.
SmackDown is a whole bunch of fucking question marks. It really fucking is. Randy, but
Right now.
yeah,
right now he's riding hot.
yeah. But if it's Randy, then that means that Ambrose has to
Just
hold it.
at least until SummerSlam. All you
Right.
need to just sustain it for 3 weeks, and then as he's sustaining it, you can figure
All right.
out what you're going to do after.
So we are unanimous at this point that Ambrose will be the WWE Championship after SummerSlam. WWE Universal Championship match. God, I hate that fucking name.
It's hard to say. It's a mouthful.
That
Universal,
belt,
just say the Universal Champ.
that belt better
UC.
not. It better not suck.
UC, the
It better
UC
look
champ.
good. Rollins versus Finn Balor. We're going to start. Steve Awesome.
I'm going to go with Rollins because I kind of hit on this earlier. I think it would just be better for the overall feel of the title, and Finn's quite not ready to hold the torch.
Right. Medine.
Unfortunately, that makes sense. So I'm going to pick Balor.
Okay.
We'll go with the upset.
Let's do
because
it.
I think that if you're going to promote a new era and a new belt, then why not have the new guy coming
way of
in,
looking at it.
take
Yeah.
the title, and have him, like we were just saying, Rollins has pretty much gone through the entire roster.
Right.
We don't want to see him defend the belt against the entire roster.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to go Finn for the simple fact that Joker says that Finn will boost the new era, even though you don't think he's ready. I agree.
You're all wrong.
No, I don't know if
But here's why. Here's why. Because if Rollins wins this, I think. Well, let me try it a different way. I think if Finn wins it, then it carries a feud forward. If Rollins wins it, it's almost like losing to a champ, where it's like you don't get another shot. It's me.
no doubt.
But who knows?
I won't be upset if Finn wins.
Okay, let's do the match. One of the matches that I'm really looking forward to is for the Women's Championship, Sasha versus Charlotte Part 2. So, Steve Awesome.
I'm gonna have Sasha retain for just a little bit longer.
Okay.
Maybe the next pay-per-view might change, but
All right. What you got there, Medine?
Interesting. I'm going to go with Sasha as well.
Sasha, okay.
Yeah.
My heart says Sasha. My mind says Charlotte.
I know.
It's an early pick, so I'm going to go with Sasha now. And that may actually change. Yes, Joker picks
that's
Sasha.
a tough one.
Okay. So Lesnar versus Orton, SmackDown versus Raw. Let's go Steve Awesome.
You know what? I'm gonna go Orton on this one, only because I want to see if they do anything with the Legend Killer storyline one more time.
Yes.
And
Medine.
he's a legend.
My heart says Orton. My mind says Lesnar.
And I went with my heart.
I'm going with my guy. Fuck it. I know Lesnar might win and probably will, but
he's been
Orton with the
winning.
upset is a bigger story.
Okay. I'm gonna go Bruce Buffer. It's time.
Nice.
It is time for Brock Lesnar to lose legitimately in a match.
Especially
There we
after
go.
pissing dirty twice. You know what I mean?
No, I don't even.
And I know that is not
I don't play that as a factor.
right. I don't play that as a factor, but you know what? Why not? Like you're saying, he's been so invincible for so long. Why not knock him down a notch real quick, just to
Okay.
give some legitimacy to the WWE?
All right. Here's some matches that we think we're gonna see. So we're gonna go U.S. title Roman versus Rusev. We'll start with the Medine on this one.
Who?
Roman versus Rusev. This is a possible could happen match.
Roy, that is a possible match, isn't it?
It's gonna be.
That's probably. I'm predicting bathroom break. I'm going to be walking into the up the actually down
But
you still have to
200
pick.
section
You still
of
have
the
to pick.
Barclays Center.
So when you get back from pissing, who's gonna be holding the belt? Great radio.
3.
Roman.
Roman from Medine. Ooh. All right, Stevie.
I'm going
You
Roman
like
too.
that Joker?
They invested too much in him. He's gonna have some kind of belt.
Yeah,
and maybe they'll fucking piss us off and do like a Shield thing if Seth wins the other title. The battle
All
of
three of
belts.
them have the
No, no!
Stop giving them ideas.
No! Sorry. It's just it was inadvertent. Just I'm gonna go Rusev. I don't think they're done making him pay for his crime. Honestly, I don't.
Roman?
Yeah, I think.
I hope you're right.
They're gonna squash him one more time.
If they're
All
gonna
right.
squash Roman, they need to squash Lesnar too.
Maybe. Darren Young versus Titus. We think this could happen as a pre-show match. So we'll go Medine.
I'm gonna go with Darren Young at SummerSlam. I think tonight you saw the little heel.
Heel turn.
thing,
I was meant
by
about
Titus.
that.
You know,
Yeah.
he
That's
had
exact-
some choice words, and then he won with a pull of the tights, which we don't usually see or haven't seen in a while.
Right.
So yeah,
Stevie?
go with-
Well, Titus won dirty, but I think Darren kind of turned heel too in a way. Who's the heel here? I'm going with Darren Young.
Titus, you going Darren Young?
Darren Young.
Yeah,
Bob Backlund will.
I don't know. That's what I
get involved.
I think what's going to happen is Bob Backlund is going to talk Darren Young into being the heel, and that's how it kind of starts up. You got to start touring about yourself and blah 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 blah.
And I'm leaving now.
I don't know. I think they're gonna use Backlund as a sympathetic figure, like when Titus was like, "I'll beat your ass, old man," or whatever he said. You don't want to see any old man. Yeah, exactly. You don't want to see any old man.
But you got to think. I mean, Backlund's one of the one of the all-time great heels.
I know.
It would suck to have him in a gimmick like
He
that.
did have a short time as a face.
Who cares?
Late
But
in his career.
Who cares? But Young on this one.
Exactly.
I don't care, but I will say this: it
Let's
has
make
to
this show great.
It has to. It
I'm not
has to.
talking
Be,
about this.
shut up! It has to be Darren Young, because why waste all that fucking time and energy on him to have him lose to fucking Titus O'Neil?
No doubt.
Okay.
Vince probably still got something for Titus for pulling his arm back in earlier this year.
Right.
So what about
if Sheamus? Wait, is Sheamus Days as a main event championship wrestler, do you guys think he will hold the title again? Will Sheamus hold the title again? Again?
Not the world title.
No.
Or the universal title in our case. But
I just don't see him fitting in Raw, and even in the future. There's so much
he
talent.
lost to Cesaro tonight, and that was the big push
Right.
for Cesaro to get a championship match down the road. So what? Yeah, Sheamus is kind of fading away.
I mean, he's just. I'm sorry. We've talked about the change of the tide. The new fans are coming in. The indie kind of fans are coming into the roster or to the main roster because they're altering it to just like the Attitude Era came in to destroy the cartoon era, whatever you want to call it. But my point here is Sheamus is an old duck from an old era.
He's not that old, though. He's not that old.
But he's taking on an ambassador
but
role
his-
kind of too lately.
Yeah.
Movie stuff too. So maybe step back and do that.
Yeah, but his character and his style just don't fit anymore, right?
Yeah.
He should be a face again.
The real Irish guy is
when
Finn
he
Balor
was the
now.
drunk fighting face that was popular.
I really
People
hope
like
he's.
that.
I really do hope he does not use a Triple H factor for Sheamus. Sheamus needs to be a big guy jobber. That's what he needs. Big guy jobber, right? I don't know. The other match.
He's too good for that.
The other match we think we might see is maybe New Day versus Gallows and Anderson for the tag belts.
That's almost a given, I would think.
I think that's a given, and I think
Right.
one of the three New Day, one of those guys is not going to be
Xavier.
fit to be there or something.
Xavier.
They took
No.
an ass kicking tonight.
Big E got his ass whooped tonight.
Big E did get his ass whooped tonight.
And they were all like, "Oh,
they sold it
we'll
well.
check on the status.
We'll check
of
on
him.
the status later."
You saw how Xavier Woods took that knee.
Yeah.
So,
Good
yeah,
sell. Good
yeah.
sells tonight by the New Day getting their ass.
Oh, that was a great sell. That looked kind of
Better than last week.
Kind of Flair-esque. It was great.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start this one. I'm gonna pick Gallows and Anderson to take the belts.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah. Medine?
No, I'm gonna go with the New Day.
I mean, common sense would say, but I think I haven't picked any shockers really, except for Orton maybe.
I feel
I'm
like
gonna have to go with the Gallows and Anderson as well.
I don't like that.
New Day needs to. They need to take a step back on them too.
Yeah.
Even though the Budio, they can still do that, the Budio thing. But
Okay. All right, so there you go. Extra big ass topics. We got our preliminary picks in. We're going to do picks next week, all the way up to SummerSlam, and then we're going to match our picks up with our Smarkdown live crew for Tuesday nights.
Extra big ass topics.
And as I said a couple times, it's a new era for WWE. It's a new era for our show, so we're going to kind of change a couple things up. And here's one of our newest segments.
And now it's It's time for the RAWESOME Awards, and your host, Roadie Rob.
And welcome to the RAWESOME Awards, our first ever RAWESOME Awards. And we are so happy. We did the best worst in the past, so we'll be more official with it later on. But if you've been listening to us,
you gotta have our own feel to it.
In past weeks, it's basically our best worst, but we got a new feel to it. I wanted to do something different with our show, and here's what that is. I wanted to invoke the spirit of the new day and the power of positivity. And say, you know what? We don't need to be negative. We don't need to trash on guys. Maybe a little bit, but not all the time, right? We don't have to do a good and a bad. Right? We can do a lot of goods.
Right. The bad stuff is like just kind of when we were upset it wasn't better.
Right. So
something like that.
We're gonna start showing some props to these professional wrestlers, to these athletes of entertainment, and we're gonna still knock on a few though. Right? Nobody's getting away completely unharmed in this affair. So here we go.
Correct.
Our first of the first ever RAWESOME Awards.
We're not doing whiteboards, are we? Like, it's not gonna.
What's that?
No whiteboards.
No, we don't need to. We don't need to do whiteboards at all. All right, let me pull the music down here, and here's our first one.
Booker Botch Award.
The Booker Botch Award. So this is basically
the biggest miss.
Our old biggest miss. So this is where the Bookers fucked up. So we're gonna start with we'll start with Steve Awesome on this one. Your Booker Botch Award of the night.
I can only use one, right?
Just one.
Okay. The one I noticed the storyline. I don't think the Booker really botched anything. But there was. No social outcasts on there tonight. Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel didn't get any kind of.
Boy, Heath Slater got on there?
Heath Slater was there, but they're actually on the roster. They weren't even on the episode. So
why should they be?
Because they're awesome.
Okay. I guess I'll still give you this. All right. Let's go, Medine. Your Booker Botch Award.
Booker Botch Award. I'm going with Nia Jax versus maybe a little bit more real comp. I didn't like the way that was. It was booked. That was obviously a squash match. I know, but the girl, like, she didn't beat her. Actually, she didn't beat her ass good enough. I thought she should have taken a worse beating. And even though she decided to go back behind her when the interview was going on, I didn't like it.
All right. My Booker Botch Award for our first ever RAWESOME Awards is going to go to the New Day beating Gallows and Anderson. If you're going to start a feud there for the belts, why wouldn't G&A start out with the first win? That's kind of my question.
Yeah.
And I don't have the answer to that, but that is my Booker Botch Award. So here we go. Our second award for the first ever RAWESOME Awards.
The Debbie Downer Awards.
The Debbie Downer Awards. So basically what this is, and you guys get up to 3 here. This is all of our what the fucks and worst promo and worst LVP and all that kind of shit. So the Debbie Downer Awards of the night. We'll start Steve Awesome.
Darren Young kind of losing to tonight was one of them. I thought they even though the backstage brawl was a little bit, it helped them out. But and then there's another time when the cameraman screwed up when Seth actually slammed Sammy in the barrister, and it looked like it was going to be a great sell, and the camera was like off in another corner. Like, what the fuck? I wanted to see that too.
All right. That's all you got?
Yeah.
Okay, Medine.
No outcast, too. So.
Again, did she get the X on that? Come on.
The Debbie Downer Award. What you got there, Medine?
All right. I got Lana's reminder that she's married now. And, like, do we have to keep hearing that every time she announces?
Like, who fucking cares?
Like, exactly. Like, he's the only man that could have me with her terrible accent.
Thanks for reminding us. Yeah.
Like,
can I just ask this question?
Work on the accent, please, CJ. Work on the accent.
Can I ask this question? First off, stop chewing the gum in the mic. Second off,
tastes good.
I know it tastes good. It's that blow pop gum. But don't get me wrong, I wouldn't kick Lana out of the bed unless I was going to fuck her on the floor. But does she look like lately she's been getting kind of not as pretty as she used to be?
She's getting married. That's what happens.
Is that what happens?
Sorry, that's what happens.
Maybe it's just the makeup or something. I don't know.
It's like her jawbones are sticking out more.
She does
angular.
All right, you got
let herself go.
Right. You got any other Debbie Downers?
Not really.
Okay.
Maybe Titus and Young. That's
all right. Way to be prepared on that. All right. So anyway, my Debbie Downers. I got Charlotte needed Jericho on the promo. Charlotte needed Jericho on the promo. I know they made something out of it, but they needed help. She needed help. That's what happened there. I got Pet tried. Oh, the ref tried to give the belt to Charlotte.
I had that written down
after the match, and he's like, "No,
that.
I'm not the champion." Fucking
Sasha looked pissed. He's like, "Give
"Bring
my belt back."
bitch." And then my other Debbie Downer is that Titus O'Neil, you're just sloppy. You're just fucking
Hurting
sloppy.
people.
I mean, serious. You just... I'm sorry. I know you're a good person.
Rob doesn't like you.
I don't.
In the ring.
He just needs to go away. There's no goal. There's no use of him. I mean...
He was the best dad of the year the other year.
Well, he's got that.
Okay, he's a good person. That doesn't mean I want to watch him in the fucking wrestling ring. Okay, whatever. All right, here we go. Our next RAWESOME Award.
Jobber of the Night Awards.
Jobber of the Night Awards. So
Let's just make it easy because I know what I'm going to say.
All right, go ahead. We'll start with you, Awesome.
Evan, the guy who wrestled against Braun Strowman. I didn't quite get his name.
Evan.
But yeah. At least he sold it pretty well tonight too. I felt sorry for him.
That's pretty good.
He got $1,000.
Okay, I got $1,000. I like money. I like sex. Jobber of the Night Award, Medine.
I'm going with Xander Mahal. He got the contract tonight. He got to pin Heath Slater with a quick boot. It was a 1, 2, 3. Foley came out, said, "Hey, battle of the band, let's go, let's see it," and he took advantage of the opportunity.
All right, my Jobber of the Night. I'm giving it to Darren Young. Why? Because in the words of the world's strongest man, Mark Henry, that's what he does. He's just, no matter what they do with him, every time they tease him as doing his own thing, they just job him the fuck out. That's why he has to go heel. So
he's going to the Olympics.
Darren Young, here's your trophy.
I thought you said Mark Henry. Sorry.
No, Mark. No, I was talking about Darren Young is my Jobber of the night. So that's that one. What's our next one here? This is the
Holy Shit Award.
The Holy Shit Award. So this is basically the most shocking moment of the night, and we'll start with Steve Awesome on this one.
You mentioned this earlier, but it was my Holy Shit Award. It's Big E's Schoolboy to win tonight over the Club. I was like, holy shit! I mean, and then of course the ending of the match was shocking because the beatdown they got.
I completely concur, my friend. Let's go, Medine.
Just keep pressing the coin button. RKO.
Oh god. That was shocking.
That was a holy shit.
And it's an easy shocker, so I didn't pick it.
But, I mean, I just thought really what I had otherwise was the world's strongest man tapping out in 5 seconds.
No, yeah.
That's what I had. Yeah. I was like, Mark Henry, really? That quick?
Oh, are you surprised by that?
That quick? I thought he would hold out a little bit. With the USA chance he was trying to get, he was trying to play up to that whole patriotic thing.
Motherfucker's like, I can't get out the
Rusev
ring.
has been putting
I felt like he should at least
people down past 3 weeks.
I know. I just feel like he should at least got to a knee.
If Mark Henry goes past a 5-minute match, he might collapse.
He's sweating like
he
on
cut a decent promo and said, "Hey, we're doing some redesigning in the Wall of Pain. That was good. Time to get."
All right. So my shocking moment is that Jericho is actually on point tonight. Jericho was on point.
Don't he get 2 points? Oh, I'm sorry.
Bob's rag moment had me saying, "What the fuck?" I missed that part. Bob's rag moment.
Backlund. I missed that part too.
Was that? Oh, wait. Rage rag. He said
rage. Okay.
I can't fucking read.
Bob's on the rag.
Yeah, Bob's rage moment had me saying, "What?" Yeah, he's doing that whole tearing his shirt off. We didn't tear his shirt off tonight.
No, please don't, Bob.
But
No,
Bob.
don't.
It's the dementia, man. The dementia's got him fucked in there.
Yeah, some people I know.
All right. I gotta hit the button. I gotta hit the sound effect.
The best comedic performance.
Best comedic performance. We'll start with Steve Awesome.
I had to give it to Xavier Woods with the banana and orange moment where they was like teasing. It's like, what are you doing? It's like PG Era's gone, and then he sold the shit out of everything he did tonight. So I thought I had to give it to him.
Okay, let's go, Medine.
That's a good one. I'm not gonna piggyback though. I'm going with Titus when he asks Darren, "When were you great?" Well, that's the question we've all been asking. So,
that was a good one.
The delivery with that line was good.
My nominee for best comedic performance goes to who was it? It was it was Sasha. When Sasha, you weren't here for this, Medine, but Sasha said, what she say? She said, "You're a one-night stand." That's what Charlotte said to Sasha, and Sasha said, "I'm a one-night stand. You're the daughter of Ric Flair. If it wasn't for a one-night stand, you wouldn't be here."
Yeah, pretty much what that was.
I mean, that was
cut deep with that line.
It did cut deep, but you know what? She cut her daddy deep in there too. The little cut on him.
Woo! Is that referring to him being in a rest home? I think.
Yeah, something. Yeah, my daddy's in the rest home. Whatever. All right, here we go. Next one.
Best character performance.
Best character performance. This our best promo, if you will. All right, so go ahead, Stevie.
Oh, well, hands down, it had to be Enzo with his promo tonight. They giving Jericho shit about looking like Bon Jovi. The spelling Baus, B-A-U-C, just putting his own flavor on it. Hilarious.
All right. Medine.
I'm going with that New Day promo when they cut out.
Yeah.
It was a good one tonight compared to the one of Sonny Boy last week, which was horrible. They really redeemed themselves and got everybody back into it with the bad fruit pick and that whole innuendo.
Right.
So yeah, New Day.
Yeah, Joker, man. Fucking, I agree. My best character award goes to Enzo, and Joker agrees with that. Enzo killed it tonight, man. He was.
I wish I got to see it. I probably would have picked him too.
Oh, it was a surgical.
How you doing?
Why isn't it playing in the background?
Because we got other shit to do.
Sorry.
It was a surgical attack of words, is what it was, and it was mag-fucking-nificent.
He's awesome.
It even had and Jericho. I got to give
He's had been really holding back laughter.
Jericho played the
Breaking
fuck into
kayfabe
it.
out of it.
Oh, it was
great.
a really good segment.
Yeah.
All right, let's get our next award.
Did you just give Jericho props?
I do.
He's been done it twice now.
I'm telling you, man. I thought tonight
Stupid
Jericho
idiot.
did his thing. I guess I was a stupid idiot.
The Worker Awards.
Best Worker Award. So here we go. Best match essentially is what we got here. Best Workers in the ring. Steve Awesome.
Well, tonight's best match, I thought, only because, well, he was in it. It was, Cesaro and Sheamus. Cesaro just the moves, the counters, the sells. Even, Sheamus at least gave him a little bit of a good match there. Second best was Rollins Zayn, but I'm going to go with that one first.
All right, Medine.
I actually have it opposite, and even before I saw the Zayn Rollins match, I wrote it down, knowing that it was going to be the best match of the night. So that's what I'm going with. That top rope, over the top rope flip on Rollins. It was a good way to finish it. Made Zayn look strong. So yeah, I'm going with those guys.
Yeah.
Cesaro, Sheamus though, that was good. I like how they showcased Cesaro as well.
Yeah, my Worker Award goes to Sammy and Seth, and it was a good match.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
It wasn't a great match.
It was very good.
But I thought with an exception, maybe an exception, just one. I thought the matches tonight were all fairly
short.
No, they were fairly good. I mean,
as a whole,
Darren and Titus,
nice blend of promo and match tonight.
Maybe
personally, that's what I felt.
Darren and Titus
there were more of them.
Right, Darren and Titus was garbage, but for the most part, the match was good tonight. So
had 9 matches tonight, really.
Right. So Sammy and Seth, they didn't set a bar, but they achieved what they were going for.
Right.
So that's my best. And here we go. Our Granddaddy Award of the RAWESOME Awards is
The RAWESOMEst Award.
the RAWESOMEst Award. We are barely 2 weeks in. We already have Smackdown invading Raw.
Yep.
Damn fucking Skippy. Go ahead. RAWESOMEst Award, Steve Awesome.
Had to go the same thing you did. The 3 letters that you need to know. RKO. I mean, switching rosters to do that. It has to be him. Stole the show.
All right. We got Medine.
He did steal the show, and he is my boy, but he's not getting my MVP tonight.
Oh.
My MVP is going to Mick Foley. And he was great on promos tonight. Excellent.
Okay.
On every promo that he cut, he hyped up every match. He made the matches important.
Yeah.
And he's supposed to. He's
Solid.
the GM.
Yeah.
He's the certified GM.
Did a lot better than Daniel Bryan.
I agree with
That's
that.
my boy.
Like I said earlier, I had Paul Heyman down, and then when Randy hit that RKO out of nowhere, I was like, "Oh, got to mark that out." Trying to put this
a lot
in.
of it scratching off.
Oh, we got a little chat war going on here. Trill Trey, is it Trey? Trill Trey. We're barely 2 weeks in, and we already have SmackDown invading Raw. Joker responds with, "Don't think it was an invasion, just more of a pushing,
a
pushing of the RKO out of nowhere."
That and a direct approach. Just saying this is between me and you.
Right.
This ain't about
He's
brands.
gonna bring it back to SmackDown.
This is about wrestling
Right.
versus what you do. Your martial arts
Right.
and your
But you know what?
ultimate fighting.
If you want to see it as an invasion situation, I don't think it will carry on beyond that.
I think it could for the month.
Well, little exceptions.
These next 3 weeks.
No.
Just
I mean the brand versus brand. I don't think you're going to see much entanglement just yet. They need to solidify themselves, set their characters, do their development.
Let this ride, but don't do it for a while.
So
you maybe can do it down the road.
Don't do it yet.
I'm thinking by Survivor Series, then maybe we might have some intertwining of the brands.
Yeah.
But right now, this is the extent of it.
I agree.
I don't.
But that being said, it has to be addressed by Stephanie and Foley. They'll
have some kind of work for it.
Exactly,
I'm sure.
Something with Shane
You're
and Daniel
gonna be
Bryan.
penalized, or
Exactly. They'll say they'll fine him
and
or
then
something like
maybe
that.
that's going to be a way in for Daniel and Shano to kind of have a battle with them too.
Hey, watch out if Shane don't catch an RKO.
Right. So here's the deal. So those are our RAWESOME Awards for the night. I hope you enjoyed our new segment there, the RAWESOME Awards. So we talked about before that we used to have 6 people on the show. We split up to do 2 different factions, 2 different shows, and almost a friendly competition, right? It's a friendly competition. We're going to get back together on pay-per-views.
Yeah, sure
we're going to talk about things.
Yeah, we'll see, guys. We'll talk later.
But we are really happy right now because we have some guests in the studio with us, and those, and we're going to talk to them for a minute. Or they're going to talk to you. We're going to step out, and they're going to step in. And here you go.
Are y'all ready, kids?
Hey boys and girls, now for a recap of last week's Smackdown live show. Let's welcome our friends from Marked Out Podcast on Tuesday night Smarkdown Live. Edabomb, Ryan, and Kira. Gosh.
So guys, we're gonna talk a little bit about Smackdown. My name is Adam Bomb. Don't forget to get your concession stands behind the dugout tonight during the game. But we have a segment, and we have.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Kara, can you talk into the mic, please? Can you talk into the mic, please?
Guys.
Brian, we'll get to you in a minute, Brian. I mean, don't steal the point right now.
Hold on, guys. I gotta take my pills. Hold on.
Okay, so we're gonna do a segment, and a new segment we're gonna talk about. It's gonna be called "Make Me Care." Okay, so let's talk about the divas and make me care. So, Kara, make me care.
What do you want me to say? I like the divas. They're all good. Yeah.
Okay. That was okay. Thank you. Okay, Brian, you have anything? Make me care, Brian. Make me care.
Well, I was at this indie show, and this girl was.
What about Alexa Bliss? Alexa Bliss.
What?
Hold on.
What?
Yeah. So anyway,
Carmella's good.
Crystal Winter. She was like so badass. Like she did like this double Hurricane Rana off the second rope. It was incredible. Like you've never seen anything like it. But only at an indie show.
Okay, Brian. Okay, so your points are all the stuff that I already said earlier. If you weren't listening.
Hey, don't be so hard on him.
Shut up, Kara. You don't know what you're talking about. You're stupid.
Shut up, jackass.
Okay. Anyway, back to you, Rawesome crew. Thanks for letting us jump in. We hope we can talk to you sometime soon again. This is Adam Bomb from the Smarkdown live show Tuesday nights following Smackdown. Go ahead, Smarkdown.
Go, Carmella.
All right, guys. Well, I really appreciate us having them. Then,
thanks, guys.
That was great. Them coming in and joining us because I was really that segment. I wish I could have gone in. We were inside having a drink of water, getting some air because it's kind of hot in here, and. So we'll really appreciate you guys stepping in and talking to us a little bit and telling us about what you got going on. So again, Tuesdays, and we do want you to go check them out Tuesdays. Smackdown, after Smackdown, Smarkdown Live. You can do them live on YouTube Tuesdays, and of course iTunes and Podbean on Wednesdays following Smackdown. I'm in so much trouble. Okay, so
shots fired.
Shots fucking fired.
And now, Steve Awesome with the All Balls Report.
All right, I'm going to follow up on the same game we played last week and make it a little shorter.
Okay.
Give you guys both a sheet of paper to write on. So make it easier, right?
So we're writing on a piece of paper this time?
Only a couple of things to put in there.
Okay.
Just going to see how good you do.
What the
hell? He even did a little, he did like a Word document.
Table.
These guys didn't have moves.
Anyway, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to just call out all 3 finishing moves, not in the same order you see there. You write just a brief description to take kind of get the idea of which one I'm talking about in the correct spot for the wrestler. And I'm just gonna work my way down. You guys got it?
Okay, say it one more time.
I'm going to call out all 3 of each one of these items on the left at one time, and then you're just going to fill in the blanks on where you think which wrestler you think that's attributed to.
Oh, holy fucking shit! Okay,
it's you can either get it or you don't.
All right,
3 wrestlers, right? Can't be that.
This is gonna be tough. Okay,
all right, let's start out. Okay,
you went old school, old ass.
Well, my theme tonight was jobbers, the best jobbers of all time because it's the theme on Raw lately. So what the hell, right?
Okay.
All right, the 3 finishing moves here: Boston Crab, Cloverleaf, Running Forearm Smash. But which wrestler?
That's her finishing move.
Their finishing move. Some of them have multiple finishing moves, but these are like the most popular ones.
All right, give them to me again.
Okay. Boston Crab.
Okay.
Cloverleaf. running forearm smash.
Are we allowed? Did you tell everybody who these people are?
Oh, yeah, we have. Yeah, good point. Iron Mike Sharp is one of the jobbers. Sorry, people.
Iron Mike Sharp.
Iron Mike Sharp. The Brooklyn Brawler, obviously. And Barry Horowitz. I thought of Adam he was a good jobber.
So one more time. Cloverleaf, Boston Crab.
And the running forearm smash.
Okay. All right.
So next moves, you got this signature move.
Iron Mike Sharp, Brooklyn Brawler, Barry Horowitz.
Barry Horowitz, right. Signature moves. They are not their finishers. I got the ankle lock for one of them. The sidewalk smash, the bear hug.
Okay.
You got it? Everybody filling them in? You need me to call them out again?
No,
okay.
I got them.
Okay, these particular managers got in them at one point in time. Lou Albano, Sir Oliver Humperdinck, and Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Okay.
Okay. Highlight.
Name the managers again.
Humperdinck.
Sir Oliver Humperdinck. I think with Lou Albano and Bobby the Brain.
There's no way they made it to the swamps. Okay.
Highlight. One of their highlights of their career.
Okay.
I've singled out 2 highlights from their career. I'm just going to go through them that way.
All right.
This person briefly replaced Matt Bourne as Doink before. Ray Apollo.
Oh man, I know that. Okay.
And this person versus Bob Backlund for the heavyweight champion. That was their highlight. They actually had a title match. They lost, but
okay.
And then they got it in
hold on.
probable pin over. Go ahead. You need what you need?
Clarification on this one.
What?
The Bob Backlund one?
Yeah.
He was just highlight. One of the highlights of this person's career was the match against Bob Backlund for a heavyweight title.
What was the one before that again?
They briefly replaced Matt Bourne as Doink the Clown at one point in time in their career.
Okay.
And then the other one was got an improbable pin over Ken Shamrock in 1989.
Okay.
All right.
I'm good.
Last highlights.
All right.
Okay, this wrestler got a pinfall versus Triple H. Was one of their highlights in 2000.
What?
And one of the highlights for this person was the WWA Intercontinental Champion at one point.
Wow.
And the last one, this wrestler beat Bobby Donna Skip, Body Donna Skip at SummerSlam in '95.
Body Donis?
Yeah, exactly. Bobby Donna.
All right, so that's all of them.
All right. So,
okay, what you got?
So I'm just going to call out the right ones here.
Okay.
The finishing moves.
Yeah.
Iron Mike Sharp, running forearm smash.
Yes.
Boston Crab for the Brooklyn Brawler. Oh, really?
Ooh.
I didn't get that. And the Cloverleaf is Barry Horowitz.
Okay, I got one out of three.
All right. Signature move.
Yeah.
Iron Mike Sharp, bear hug.
Yep. Got this.
Sidewalk smash for the Brooklyn Brawler.
Yes, sir.
Ankle lock for Horace. You got all this?
Yep.
Okay.
3-0.
Iron Mike Sharp's manager at one point, Lou Albano.
Yep.
Bobby the Brain Heenan for
yes.
yeah, and then Sir Oliver Humperdinck.
Humperdinck.
Cool. All right, guys. And signature move, the bear hug for Iron Mike Sharp.
Didn't we do that already?
I went backwards. Sorry. The highlights is all you need right now.
Highlight one.
I went backwards. Highlight versus Bob Backlund for the heavyweight title. They actually had a title match.
Iron Mike Sharp.
Oh, yeah, got that.
I got that wrong.
The Brooklyn Brawler actually was the Doink the Clown at one point.
I got that wrong too.
Oh, I got that one wrong.
And Barry Horowitz pinned Ken Shamrock in probably in 89.
I got 1 for 3 there.
I got all that wrong.
Okay. Iron Mike Sharp. He was the Intercontinental Champion.
Got that right.
WWA?
WWW. Yes.
Okay. All right. I got that.
Then Brooklyn Brawler got the pinfall versus Triple H.
Yes.
And Bobby Donna Skip was the other one.
All right.
So
Rob got me.
Who came out on top?
I think Rob got me.
Oh, I didn't keep track.
How many did you lose?
3. I have. How many did I lose? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I lost
1, 2, 3. I got 1, 2,
4.
3.
I missed 5.
You missed 5. I got 1 wrong, 2 wrong, 3, 4. I got 4 wrong.
Oh, so
Rob,
you get a
good job, Rob.
Not too bad for a whippersnapper.
Oh, you're so sweet, Stevie.
Get off my lawn.
Bam! Since Medine has been thrust into the role of co-host on the show, he gets something too.
You think you know me?
On this day, I see clearly everything is
Good job, Rob. Exactly how I wanted it.
Thank you.
Excellent. On this day, guys, August 1st, 2016, we're looking back at a great Raw tonight, but on this day in wrestling history, first we're going to say happy birthday to Devon Dudley, 44.
Happy birthday!
One half of the only team to win WWF,
Testify.
WCW, ECW, NWA, TNA, and IWCP titles, tag team titles.
So he came out of a vagina on this day.
Yeah, on this day, 44 years old today.
Okay.
All right, and let's go to some wrestling now. On this day, 2006, 10 years ago, CM Punk made his WWE TV debut on ECW Sci-Fi with a win over Just Incredible. He won via submission with the Anaconda Vice Lock. That was 10 years ago today. Speaking of submission, he's going to make his debut at UFC 202 on September 13th versus Mickey Gall. The main event, though, that night was Big Show and Batista. Very un-ECW-like. Fans were chanting things like, same old shit, and change the channel. And the match ended with Batista winning by DQ. I mean, what the fuck? It's ECW. Why should there be a disqualification in the ECW match? Coincidentally, this would actually be WWE's last event at the Hammerstein Ballroom, which was a mainstay of theirs in the 90s. All right, August 1st, 2011, Beth Phoenix won a Battle Royal to earn a Divas title shot at SummerSlam. More notably, though, Gail Kim eliminated herself during the match. It'd be her last WWE appearance. She announced a few days later she quit the company because they refused to give her release before the September 30th end date of that contract. So she ended up going to TNA, winning a couple of women's titles, doing pretty well for herself.
Okay.
And then finally, and on a sad note, 1 year ago today, technically it was actually July 31st, but we lost WWE Hall of Famer Roddy Piper. Arguably the greatest heel of all time, one of the first one that I remember ever having a show, and probably one of the most notable to never hold a WWE title. He was so popular for so many reasons, for so many people. Rest in peace to Roddy Piper. Coincidentally, last year, Ronda Rousey dedicated her match to him after a 34-second victory that night. So that is what happened on this day.
You think you know me?
All right, well done. Round of applause, right? And Medine, his first segment. Good job, Medine.
Thanks, guys.
I mean, we did minutes with Medine and moments with Medine, but you know that's your own. This is your thing, man. It's your thing. You know what I've never had?
What's that?
I've never had my thing.
It's time.
Yeah, we're gonna get you all moist and wet for the evening, ladies and gentlemen. Call in your girlfriends, tell them there's plenty to eat for all of them. Yeah, baby. So we're gonna do a little Roadie's Rant here. Roadie's Rant. This is my segment here. Roadie's Rant. And here's my rant. I am getting tired, and we know who I'm talking about, in addition to other people, but I am getting a little tired of people saying that when Bayley gets moved up to the main roster, there's gonna be nothing left as far as the women go with NXT.
Yeah, I think Bob kind of started that.
Maybe Bob did that, but if you did that, Bob, here you go. Shame on you, Bob. So here's what we got. Look, this is what we got.
Yeah, Bob.
Talk to me, Rob.
Let's take Bayley out of it for a second, right? We love Bayley. Bayley's awesome. Great worker in ring, great personality, great character. We love Bayley. We don't want her to go, but she's gonna go. She's gonna fucking go. So we got Asuka as a champ. Now let me just preface it by saying this: all these women are in some kind of way sexy. So we're going to take the sexuality, out of this thing, right? We're going to take it right the fuck out of it. And we're gonna talk about just their skills. So we got our champion, Asuka. Great in-ring worker, right? Great personality, great character. We already knew that. Nobody's arguing with me there. But here's some names you might not know. We got Peyton Royce. We got Mandy Rose, the chick from Tough Enough, right?
She's hot.
She is smoking hot. We got Liv Morgan. We got Billie Kay. We got a girl named, I think it's Aaliyah is how you pronounce it. And one of my new favorites that's going to start getting kind of a push here on NXT soon, I'm hoping, is Ember Moon. And Ember Moon is a dynamic, just flying around the fucking ring. I mean, she is fucking...
She sounds like an anime character.
Dude, and she almost is. She's almost like a little superhero character in the ring when she fights.
Well, that's perfect, then.
We got to see her down there live at one of the NXT live shows.
The one that I missed? The one on your birthday? That one?
No. Actually, we went to Florida.
Okay. Gotcha.
We went to some little rinky-dink town in Florida and got to see them do the whole live thing. But
Because that's what we do, guys. We actually go and watch these events.
Right. So Amber Rose, man. Amber Rose. Ember Moon. I don't know why the hell it's a Rose. Ember Moon, man. Look out for her. She's gonna be hot in the ring. And again, these girls I just named. That's not even the whole women's roster. There's still women in training.
You don't even know their names yet?
Right. There's girls we don't even know yet. We don't even know them yet. So all I want to say to people, all doubters, say, well, if Bayley leaves, there's nothing left. Bullshit, man.
That's what NXT is for,
to
develop and promote.
Right. If you look at the guys, okay? No one gave a shit about NXT until well after Rollins had left, right? NXT was just kind of, the FCW.
It's a continuation of that.
Right. Just a little bit more glitz and glamour to it. But you think about the guys just now coming into Raw and taking over. I mean, there was 3-4 years where you had a solid stable of guys running the show in NXT, and everybody was hype about it. And now you got some new guys coming up. Right now is a turning point in NXT where the old guard that has been holding down the fort for 3-4 years, they're going to go and they're going to enjoy the spoils of their hard work.
Right.
And these new people coming up that you don't know yet, that you're saying don't exist, let me tell you what, they fucking exist. And hold on to your seats. I'm not saying NXT is the best indie brand out there. I'm not saying NXT's got the best talent out there. But what I am saying is don't sell them short, because the talent they have coming up might blow your mind just as much as the old guard did.
Well, it's a whole package, too, because they're going to teach them everything.
I mean, people hated Sasha.
Right.
People hated Sasha for years. And then she started to get over with the boss gimmick, right? People loved Summer Rae. And then how that turned out, you know? I'm just saying, you got to give them some time to maturate, develop their characters. You know, No Way Jose, he's doing main events now.
Yep.
You know, he's not great and wonderful, but he's getting there. And the fans are starting to love him. You know, I'm just saying, don't give up on these ladies yet. They have a lot to show you, and I guarantee the wrestling they show you might actually be even better than what we're getting from the Four Horsemen right now.
Can we convince Adam to watch the women?
We're going to do that in my final thoughts.
Okay, good.
So there's my Roadie rant. So we're going to move on now to Joker said, good job. Well, thank you, Joker. I appreciate that. And don't forget the jobber tonight against Nia tonight. She's going to be a beast down in NXT. Sarcasm, of course. You know what's funny? What did somebody say that she looked like Adam was here? Fuck that. And he said that she looked like if Pink and Alicia Fox had a kid.
Yeah. I thought she looked like Spinderella for a minute, but yeah, that kind of look.
She got Spinderella tonight. That's for damn sure.
Yes,
she didn't. But like Medine said, she didn't take a beating like
she should have.
Yeah,
I wanted to
like
see her
Evan
take
tonight.
Yeah, something similar to that.
Yeah, they should have Nia just beating him down like Braun, just tearing him the fuck apart. But yeah, so I doubt she'll be done. She's probably where are they in Atlanta? So she's in Atlanta. An Atlanta local jobber making $1,000 to show up on Raw and brag about it.
You're never going to get to $5,000. Yeah.
Got your moment. All right, so we're going to run right into the Raw Open real quick. So if we have anything that you guys want to address that we did not address, you can run through it now. Quick segments, please.
Yeah.
Raw Open. Shoot, go.
You want to go, Mike? I go like after that.
For a second, I felt like Paul was almost going a little bit long he was getting a little winded with me tonight. Like I said, I'm glad to see Paul back, but there was a point where I was like, what's going to happen here? And then finally, I guess it happened at the perfect time, because it was just when I felt like it was starting to get a little long, and then Randy came out and did what he did. And I really didn't think they would have the balls to do that. And I'd give them kudos finally for doing something that would make everybody shocked. And like Rob said earlier, make people care about this SummerSlam. Because to be honest with you, without the big star power, they haven't announced it, matches still 3 weeks away now, other than the 4 that we have.
Right.
Got a full roster full of wrestlers ready to, fight for their brands and prove themselves. That's my final thought. What's happening going forward regarding SummerSlam?
Yeah, Joker said they had to make you get tired of Paul to wake you up with the RKO.
Absolutely. That's good point, Joker.
That's such a great point.
It really is.
Yeah, Paul's he's a pro.
But he did a great job tonight getting everybody
in the cell, getting in the corner,
getting everybody involved.
Terrified. It was great. Yeah,
that was great too.
Yeah,
it was real good. Steve, you got anything about
just some things I took notes during when we were watching tonight.
About fucking time, right?
Nothing really important, but just the things I noticed throughout the night on the show. You remember we talked about this when Sasha was wearing the belt for the first time coming down the ramp, but how it just dwarfed her. It's like maybe they need to reduce the size of the women's title while she has it, because it's like much bigger than half her body.
Wear it over her shoulder.
And then I was like, no, now that the announcer table's away, I was thinking like KO used to love working with them while he was in the ring and yelling at him. I was like, what's he gonna do? But at least they teased us with him actually being at the announce table tonight. That was cool. If you want to buy Bootios, go to FYE.com. Is what Big E said.
Are we promoting them really? Come on, let's not sell out.
I want to get a box of Bootios. See what they taste like.
They better send us a box for free for.
Was the Broctagon reference tonight a new thing, or have they been saying that?
I don't know if I'd heard that before.
You know Paul and catchphrases, man. That's
That
what he
was
does.
great.
For
The Broctagon.
He's a marketing guy.
I hope he came up with that on the fly. That would be
I'm
great.
sure he did. All right, I get my Raw open. I got it's not really. I mean, I had Darren Young is gonna be a heel. Who gives a shit? KO got Jericho's back. That was kind of cool. Mick,
we didn't. You know what? We really didn't talk about that. That was more than kind of cool.
Well, because I don't think they gave him a lot of.
That promo was going nowhere once he started going with that fake name shit. I was like,
yeah,
wow, lost
it was
Jericho.
funny though.
It was part of the deal.
I was laughing. I was laughing.
I was like, you're an idiot, but you're Canadian. Yeah, you're
no. When KO came into the picture, he saved it.
Yeah.
But I'm saying before that, when he tried to play it off like when the announcer was asking him, "Oh, who's coming to save you?"
Yeah.
And he's like, Jimmy.
Well, that's kind of what Jericho does, though.
I don't know. He didn't sell it that well for me, or one of them didn't. It just didn't. I'm glad KO came in and saved the segment. Jericho.
Jericho.
Oh my God!
Please don't do that to me.
Y2AJ. You see
it's already there. I think. Jericho. I wanted Cesar KO.
Hey, so my Raw open is not really about Raw, right? It's not really about Raw, but it is about Raw in the substance. So if you haven't,
do you have rash? What?
It burns when I pee. Oh no! If you haven't gone to Mick Foley's Facebook page and read the post that he put up about the moment Sasha won the belt, I was gonna transcribe or grab a couple of notes off of it and read it to you guys, and then I couldn't pick out exactly what I wanted to put into it. What the fuck are y'all doing?
He's taking a photo of me wearing a lucha mask from. Okay.
Oh, Steve wearing a lucha. Oh my God, you're lining up the lucha mask.
I don't know. Go ahead. Your final thought.
I'm trying to. You're fucking distracting. So anyway, if you haven't gone to Mick Foley's page and read that article, like I said, I wanted to read some of it to you, but I couldn't find a passage that I liked better than the other. Right, one that really could pinpoint the whole article. So I'll just say, go to Mick Foley's page, read the article he wrote, the post he wrote about Sasha. And excuse me. And I'll say, if you don't find yourself starting to kind of tear up or water up a little bit, then you might not be human. or either
like an old Yeller moment.
Either you're not human or you're related to Donald Trump. One of the two. All right. So I'm just saying, you got to go there, Mick Foley's Facebook page, read the article, the post about Sasha winning the championship. Very emotional, and if you're a smart mark, it takes you behind the scenes. It kind of paints a picture for you of what's happening behind the scenes and answers a lot of questions. Like, do these guys know who's going to get over?
Right.
And no, they don't. Do these guys go? So essentially saying these guys don't know anything other than what they're doing.
Just day to day.
Right.
Right.
I mean, and the story about them back there just in front of the TV rooting for the women's championship match, taking the time out. And when Sasha landed on the ground, the camaraderie, they were all feeling the pain of her.
Yeah, hopefully there's going to be like a documentary expose kind of thing.
Mick did it great. He's a great writer. I love Mick.
Yeah.
I've met Mick before. He's a very nice man.
Oh, of course.
He's a great writer, and excellent storytelling. You want to get encapsulated and feel like you're back in that locker room with them for about 3 or 4 minutes reading that.
Right.
Go ahead, and that's some good time wasted. It's not wasted at all. You'll feel like you were there with them the way you read it.
Okay. Let's do the final thoughts of the night. We're going to Steve Austin. Final thoughts, bud.
Since the jobbers have kind of taken over this past week, especially one in particular, I thought I have to learn more about this guy. So I just want to talk to you a little bit about him. His name is James Ellsworth.
Oh, the guy from
last
week.
The original, the best jobber.
Right now,
he goes by the crown.
I like that guy.
He goes
James
by.
Dream?
He was the guy who said any man with two hands has a fighting chance.
James Dream, is that his nickname?
Pretty Jimmy.
Pretty Jimmy. I heard James Dream.
Wow, what a complete ass backwards name.
Know, right?
Yeah.
And anyway, he's doing an Ask Me Anything thing, AMA on Reddit tomorrow. I'm not sure what that is all about, but if you want to catch him that way.
What does Strowman semen taste like?
You know how old he is?
What?
31.
30. Whoa.
31. He's from the Baltimore area, so that makes sense for the jobber. He's a promoter for the Adrenaline Championship Wrestling. And Chris Jericho actually reached out to him on Twitter and invited him on his podcast.
Good for Jericho.
Yeah. And then when asked if he could face anyone on the current roster, he couldn't really pick anything. But Rob, I think you might like this. He picked KO
Reigns.
for his charisma and his in-ring work. He would love to wrestle him. And I was thinking,
be a student
with the Heath Slater thing. Bring this guy back. Have him beat Heath Slater. And get the
if you beat this jobber, you get a contract. Oh yeah,
and then
that could end up
Ellsworth gets the
happening.
big-
You just gave him some great.
Triple H,
Come
you
on,
hear
man.
that? You hear that idea?
Bring Pretty Jimmy back.
Fucking brilliant, Stevie. Good job, Stevie. Good job. Good job
Thank
on the
you.
final thoughts there.
Absolutely, that's excellent.
Medine, final thought of the
How am
night.
I supposed to follow that?
With something, probably what you normally do.
I do not. I at least pause in between my thoughts, but I don't.
Pausing
and-
is kind of worse. But
No, it's not. I'm gathering my thoughts.
dead air.
The president does it. Whatever. I'm not saying I'm the president, but just in case I was.
Oh God.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I'm not gonna do an impersonation. I promise. Anyway, tonight's final thoughts. I'm glad it felt like I didn't miss I always miss the first part of the show because I'm doing important things. But
Yeah, right.
I tell you what, they're starting to get people excited for WrestleMania Junior coming up here in August. SummerSlam takes that title as being that next big pay-per-view that everybody looks forward to, and that's what we want to see. And they're making us want to see it now with some new talent, some shocking moments. Obviously, they're going to have some undercard matches that we're not going to care about. But all in all, with 3 or 4 good matches with Charlotte, Sasha, Randy, and Brock, Finn, and Seth, those 3, if those matches 3 can be great, they'll have a very good pay-per-view. And if everything else just pans out, people are going to remember that this was the new era SummerSlam.
Very good. Very good. Well done. My final thought of the night, I have to go back to Smackdown and Smarkdown Live, and we teased them earlier. We did a little teasing segment, taking shots across the bow, where Adam did a segment called "Make Me Care," and he was talking about the Divas, and they did a whole marching thing out on Smackdown. And I just want to say, in all seriousness, I do want to make you care, Adam. I want to make you care real quick, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, and I'm not going to get as heavy as I was about the NXT girls. But I will say this: you got Eva Marie, who I think she dropped down to the developmental to learn her craft a little bit better. She might not be the best, but I think she learned her craft. She's damn sure a good personality, a good character, a great heel. I think that they used her right. Yeah, you can jump in there if you want. I don't care.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to mention that she's beautiful in person. I saw her at IHOP the morning after WrestleMania.
Oh yeah, she is gorgeous.
Yeah.
But as far as her character, she might not be the best. She might still not be able to wrestle all that great. But man, she's not horrible. You can work with her. So
Just get on the mic a little bit more.
People really dislike her online.
Yeah.
They really
Oh, yeah.
dislike
It's
her
like
ring
Roman,
skills.
maybe
Yeah.
too bad they're on different rosters.
Yes,
Reigns and Eva
right.
Marie could
Yes,
be
absolutely.
There you go. Reason number 1 to care. Reason number 2 to care. Carmella. Carmella made it to the main roster not because it's
I like
soft. She
Carmella.
did it on her own, right?
No, I guess that's what they wanted for her because we
Right.
originally wanted Carmella to be with Enzo and Cass, but in order to showcase her,
She's
good move
still
on
the same kind
SmackDown.
of
Go ahead,
character,
Rob.
so I think
Still-
you could,
they might change her character up a
You
little
could
bit,
always
see if it
bring her-
pops.
You could always bring her into the fold at SummerSlam still.
You
just
could still do
because,
that.
Why not?
But so you should care. Carmella can work. I mean, she's not the best worker, but she can work, and she's got a good talk game. You can have some good promo battles going back and forth. Alexa Bliss was a nasty little bitch in NXT, and I say that with all admiration. Nasty little bitch was her character, and she played it well. I mean, don't get me started on that booty though. I mean, that booty's popping. But as far as her as being a heel character, she's a good in-ring worker. She's a great heel, a really good sniveling, conniving. You just fucking want to hate her, but you kind of like her at the same time. Heel. Naomi never
got a push.
Well, she was gonna get her push, and she got injured, and she lost her opportunity.
True.
So, and I can't remember who fucked her up. It doesn't matter.
One of the Bellas.
No, it was the chick that came back from being pregnant, and she was doing the Fandango thing, and I can't remember her fucking name. She's an old school diva. But so anyway, Naomi, no, it was that Ascana chick, that Russian chick that came back.
That's right.
And she fucking fucked her eye socket up. But Naomi's a talented girl, a talented woman who can work in the ring. She's not the best wrestler, but she's a good aggressive ring worker, and she's not horrible on the mic. When you give her the freedom to actually say what she wants to say and not script her, she's not that bad.
You should struggle with the heel thing for a while there, but
right, but still, you should care. She could do something. And there were other girls on there that I didn't write down because I couldn't quite remember who else in the segment. But I'll just say that I didn't. If you're watching the Divas on SmackDown, no, you do not have a belt, so you don't care about the belt picture. But as far as storylines goes, and maybe getting some good women's wrestling matches, there could be something there. There could be some entertainment there. So I'm not saying it's gonna be the greatest. It's not gonna be close to Raw in my opinion. But you know what? You should care because they're gonna take up a segment of your 2-hour broadcast. You should care,
right?
because women are starting to jump in there and not only just perform well, they're starting to steal the fucking show. You should care, or you're going to get left the fuck behind.
You sure are, and you're going to wonder, what happened to?
They're going to evolve into like doing ladder matches and shit. I can't wait for those days.
Those days are coming.
I'm waiting.
They
Gimmick matches.
should have been here already. Actually,
they should have, and I think I really hope they start to give them some kind of gimmick matches. But I just want to say, Adam Bomb, Smarkdown Live, Tuesdays after SmackDown. You should care. The Divas have a lot to contribute to the roster. You should care. You know what else you should care? Because they were given the right to vote for a while now, so they're people too. You should care.
Fuck it, don't care. They're not on your show. They're on our show. Right. Fuck you.
All right, so here we go. We'll close out tonight with just great closing thoughts for everybody. Joker, man. Joker, great to have you back, man. I hope to see you next week in the chat forum or whatever. Always good to have your input. Hope to have you back. And look, we gave Smarkdown Live, our sister show, a lot of shit tonight, and
that's what we do,
and we're going to continue to do that.
Yeah,
but
I'm expecting them to do it too.
But unlike them, I'm going to plug them because they didn't plug us.
That's true. I've been working hard behind the scenes on their behalf too.
We did all the production for them, and we've been doing all the promotion for them, and they didn't even plug us on their fucking show.
No, right? No respect.
I think they tried to, and Brian was like, yeah, right. Yeah, right. So, but in all seriousness, Smarkdown Live tomorrow night, streaming live after SmackDown. You can catch them on iTunes and Podbean on Wednesday. They're going to be covering the CWC tournament for us. All right. So, I mean, and if you haven't been watching it, I'll just say that
phenomenal.
The great matches so far. The what's the dude's name? The guy who trained Eva Marie.
Brian Kendrick.
The match of Brian Kendrick was the Brian Kendrick. That match.
That's right.
It was a good match. It was a good fucking match.
Yeah. And I was calling him to win and all anyway. So.
I've only seen about 2 matches in there that I was like,
Tajiri,
not the par.
It's kind of weird how they brought him back, but
it would make sense if
he's putting people
Brian
over into maybe later rounds kind of thing.
Yeah, they would definitely want to bring along the guys that were there and made their mark back then to keep the familiar audience in.
So please do listen to Smarkdown Live after SmackDown. They are going to have some good segments. They are going to have
us first, and then listen to us after you listen to theirs.
Right.
You can vote on markdoutwrestling.com.
And chat Adam, and you should just chat over and over. Hashtag Adam should care. Hashtag.
Oh, that's a good one.
Adam should care.
Oh no, I don't like that. Why are we giving them Adam? No,
it's us.
No hashtags.
Hashtag
us. Oh well, yeah, he should care, but we should get the.
Joker says
we should get the Twitter.
Do it. Joker said they'll be there next week, but then back to working nights, man.
That sucks.
We've been there. Work nights.
No doubt.
It's tough, man. But you got to make a living.
Back, Joker.
You got to make a living.
Thanks for listening.
Maybe if he said he'll watch the videos, so that's cool.
Oh yeah, cool.
I just want to say, Joker, maybe if you another solid week, fellas. Thank you, thumbs up to you as well. If you stop liking Roman Reigns, hey, you know what? Maybe you get that daytime shift. Just saying. All right, Joker, we'll catch you later, man. On the flip side,
I'll catch you on the flip side.
Marked Out Podcast is recorded, edited, distributed, and marketed at U-Record Studios in Charlotte, North Carolina. For more information on optimizing your podcast for increased listenership, check out U-Record on Facebook, Twitter, and email sales@urecordstudios.com or visit the website www.urecordstudios.com.
Yes! 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 Yes!
You're listening to the Electronic Media Collective Podcast Network. Yeah, it's a mouthful. For more great shows, visit electronicmediacollective.com.